bought some plates and olive oil and bread. I'm gonna put this olive oil like this. Let it flow, until there is a lot of it. Now there's a lot of olive oil, and after that, I'm gonna take the bread, tasty bread, and dip it in the olive oil like this, so it drips from the bread, Then I'm gonna enjoy the bread, Good tasting bread, Yes. Share bread, He who gives from the smallest of needs, gives more than the one who gives millions. It's a pretty socialistic ethic, but it's true because if you sort of think about environment wise, you don't have to you don't have to sort of commercialize existence. That's the beauty of the epistemology and uh, ethics of the Catholic faith. Even if you disagree with it, you can appreciate the sort of socialistic side of it. It's like you can he who gives from the less gives more than he who gives from the plenty. And it has always already been written. But it's like they sort of the hierarchy stanza sort of frameworks even charity. But the funny thing is that charity cannot ever be sort of frameworked. But they sort of always try to the hierarchy stanza always, no matter what sort of existence, they always try to sort of commercialize charity. And I suppose it's on the other hand, it's completely fine, I guess. But the way I see it, it's let's say from the perspective of the fact that if you would have $20 and $200, the if you were to give the out of those two the sort of 2,200, then there's the risk that whatever uh, the person might do with those $200 could be risky to uh, environment. So it's better to give many persons $20. It's kind of it's kind of street uh, wisdom. The and they sort of whatever they may think of me, they even see my laughter as fake. What you know, but it doesn't sort of uh, their opinion of me doesn't interest me one bit. I consider myself somewhat of an eccentric. I I don't I don't try to sort of I don't try to befriend anyone. If someone comes to me and talks to me, I already consider them a friend. I don't categorize social relationships. There's no need to categorize social relationships. I just react towards everyone in the same way. Sometimes sometimes I may react in a naughty way, because because of the fact that I don't I have this sort of short short fuse in terms of social relationships. I don't necessarily seek that many social encounters. Sometimes I like like to sort of socialize. Sometimes I just want to be. I've always been very fascinated by the Catholic monks of the Middle Ages. They've always had this sort of interesting eccentricism about them, you know. Same with same with the Lutheran monks, you know. But the fancy thing about the precipice of um, Catholicism and even sort of Christianity in itself is that many many people don't understand what it is really. They think of it as some sort of vegetable worship and animal worship, you know. But the free world Christianity is completely different. Even the free world Catholicism is completely different. It's it's about it's about something like it's about many intelligent things. It's about the royalties, and it's about the sort of higher hierarchical sphere of things. But then there's the sort of commercialized Christianity in which they sort of give some sort of sense of divinity to vegetables and animals, you know. That's completely different, you know. And the juxtaposition of those two, you know, it's like they don't they don't really understand it because most of the people ain't part of it, you know. Only the royals and the higher hierarchy ones are part of the true Christianity, you know. They are they are not they are not some sort of cultural joke, you know. It's not a fucking movie, you know. It's a real thing that consists of many higher hierarchical things, you know. It's a sort of organized institution framework, you know. And but the the ones who sort of hate the commercialized vegetable worship, animal worship, you know, they sort of see it and the fucking and the cross worship, you know, they sort of framework it as that, you know. And then there's the movie worship thing, you know, movie worship, which is completely different and has completely different social stance, and its point is completely different. Its point is to distract, you know. The